There's 2 DeFi rug plays out there. We're going to talk about them and how that we didn't get into them. And I got a few pieces myself that I want to talk about rugs and the fear behind it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Build Show. This is where we build financial power. My name is Matt, and this is
Potter.
If you are brand new to this place, welcome. You have found a diamond in the friggin' rough. We talk about DeFi, the crazy world of crypto, the current bloody market that is, along with its counterparts, every other market out there. Today we want to talk about 2 DeFi rugs. I'm going to inject a little piece in there, sort of the emotion side of rugs. But Potter, how you feeling over there today?
I'm doing good. And
actually, I'm going to ask you a specific question. How is your head over there with that market looking as it looks? So Potter has a very analytical brain, and I'm like, what is happening? I represent most of you. But Potter's like data and protocols and coding, and she can do it. So how's that brain? How you really feeling? I
really feel good. Like, I gave myself a raise. It was only like $25, $50, but it's $25, $50 a day more. So, and that's going in the bank more. So I feel better.
Okay.
Like, all right. The red, if you did not gamble, if you didn't hedge things, you're doing okay. If you paid attention to influencers that have proven, street cred, you've done your due diligence. You're not doing great. It's not as good as it was. Yeah. But you're surviving. So I feel good.
Good. Yeah, and I say that in a joking fashion. I say that it's a bloody market and everybody's just getting slaughtered. Bear markets have to be here. They have to be here. So today we're going to talk about these rugs. Which ones are we talking about? Why didn't we get into it? And if you're brand new to DeFi, if you don't know, a rug is basically a protocol in crypto that is a scam, a sham. The rug is pulled out from the people that have invested into it. I've been a part of a couple now in my
right. And what these might be is sometimes, like, I'm calling these rugs, but they're not gone. These aren't hard rugs. So these might come back, right? I don't know. But for now, everybody's like gotten out of them, right? So these are screenshots. This is from a few days ago. This is not current. So this is one that we looked at. Look, it's got a great looking website, who I have no idea who Aegis is. So we're going through the ideas of things we looked at, right? Yeah. I have no idea who Aegis is. Never heard of April Clock. I mean, it's a cute name. Mm-hmm. And it looks, they have a Telegram and a Docs, but this TVL was a lot higher, by the way. This is after I took these screenshots after it rugged.
Okay.
All right. Now here's another thing. When I was going through and I was looking at the site, is I was saying, okay, so they're going to be a USDC seignorage site. Now let me go back. Seignorage sites require that everybody be all in. It requires cooperation as well as a super whale. Like somebody's got like a big bank account or is affiliated with people who have a lot of money. Okay. Right? So a seignorage project going into it, you really, in my opinion, you really want to say, let me find out more about what's actually happening in the space. And not about this app and who's surrounding it versus, oh my God, let's look at these rates, right? So now let's go back to here. So it was easy to see that this is a USDC seignorage project. And so that means that they were going to peg to the dollar. Am I making sense so far?
Yeah.
Okay. And what their token is that they were saying, hey, well, we're going to try to peg this bull with where you get the bull share. I'm saying this wrong. Here's the reason I can't comment on this, and I don't want to mess up here. One of these tokens has to be pegged, or it's going to be used in the ecosystem. But here's what I saw. Bull USD, that's not a native token to anything. Bull share, that's not a native token, and neither is Bull bond. So that means that I'm going to have to do some level of a swap to get in and to get out of it. You know, it's a safer play because you're talking about BUSD in the risky world of DeFi. You know, where's that little thing? Not funny to me. You know, but it's just, I don't, so now we've got a bunch of check marks that aren't getting checked, right? I don't know who you are. You know, yeah, you got a nice looking website, but I don't know who you are. I don't know really about Aegis. We don't know about April Clock, right? And now we go in and we see, okay, part of your thing, which is a normal seignorage project, but I don't necessarily want to do this either. So then I go to the next thing. You want me to show you my wallet, right?
That's what it really.
Yeah. So now you want me to see your app. I have to unlock.
Unlock.
Yeah, which means I have to unlock the page. I have to sign. I have to do a contract. I have to interact with a contract.
Okay.
And I just wasn't interested.
What do you mean, like connect your wallet?
Yep.
What's wrong
because there's all kinds of vulnerabilities that can be introduced when you connect your wallet. Right? So I was like,
So you're saying because you had to connect your wallet just to be able to see anything, you were like, that's a red flag. Okay,
yeah, you're already a seignorage project. I've got all of these things, right? Now, if maybe if I knew who it was, maybe if this said Paladin audit, or maybe the KYC was done by Google, you know what I mean? And then I went over here and this was all like, maybe this was DAI or Ethereum and Bitcoin, you know what I mean? Versus BUSD, Bull share, right? But now when I go here, I'm like, okay, we can't risk this.
Yeah.
Right. Is it worth it? So a lot of people, when I get them in to crypto and I show them how to get here, I say, when you see the Love Boat, it's a beautiful ship, right? You want to get on it. But if it was leaving the pier, you wouldn't jump off the pier to try to swim to catch up with the Love Boat, right? You would wait for the next ship to come in, right? So this was a big no for me. It was like, okay, now we're at a point where goodbye ship.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not willing to risk it. I'm not going to jump.
Yeah.
Right. So that was one. And again, apologies to the Raging Bull finance people if you're not rugged, but we're just explaining why we didn't go in. Right. So the next one, super sexy. Right. Venom. Now I thought this one, it completely rugged. Turns out they're still alive. And this was the TVL a few days ago. I don't know what the TVL is now, but I went back in this morning and I even joined their Telegram group because it turns out they were actually doing it, right?
They were actually doing what?
Oh, wait, let me go through here. So the first thing you see is,
you said they were actually doing it. They were actually doing what?
They were actually still talking to people.
Oh, okay, got it.
It's a very small group. It's like a few hundred people.
Got it.
Versus a Telegram group with thousands of people. That's a check mark.
Yeah.
Because when you see thousands of people and it's a new project, they pay for those people. Like there's just no way, you know. Oh, so we're the most degen people in the world, right? And like you're gonna tell me we didn't hear about it. So when I look at this, I did go, okay, it did come recommended, right? So did Raging Bull. But when I look at it, I say, okay, KYC, Rug Doc, they're legit people, and audited by Xcard, never heard of them. So this is like a mix. But going back to seignorage projects, for a seignorage project, you got to be all in. Everybody has to be all in, right? But this is Venom. this is a Marvel copyright, right?
Yeah.
You can't use this image.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a big red flag for me, because I'm saying, if it's a seignorage project and everybody has to be in, the moment that somebody says, hey, did we pay for Marvel? They didn't pay for Marvel. Everybody rushes out. It doesn't matter how good the dev team is. It doesn't matter. And then when things settle down, they'll come back, right? But we aren't in it to say, hey, we want to, do a seignorage project for a zillion years.
Yeah.
No, we want to lock, and then we want to collect. So here's another thing you take a look at when you're taking a look at these things to go, I don't know, is you look at these high percentages. Right now, some of these percentages.
You and I were talking about this, and I have a few other people I talked to about DeFi, and it's just like, how high of these percentages are people going to continue to fall for? Like, 1% a day is like, holy crap! Like, in traditional money, that is asinine. There's no way. So you're 100% right. But I guess the question is, we're going to get to like 8 billion%, and people are going to be like, that might be a hoax. Like, geez, at what point stop,
Right. No, it's a good point. It's like, guys, 4,000%. Now, here's the false positive of looking at something like this and going, oh, this is crazy and stupid. Mm-hmm. If there's not one person in any of these pools, or there's just a couple of people in these pools, it'll be that high. But you get a couple of people, it comes right back down.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
So, but still, now you can't say, well, I just made the Spider-Man image. I just made this image. It's actually not, it's not Venom. It's a demon, and you can only see his eyes under the horns. Now I've got the half face of the Venom guy. So I'm like, okay, now this is 100% a Venom takeoff, right? You have to pay for the licensing.
Yeah. There's no way around that. Yeah.
So that's a big flag there. Last year there was this, it was pretty big for a while, and its token was very expensive. It was called Borg Swap.
Borg Swap. They nailed that.
And
nailed that one. Go ahead.
I was like, well, that can't work.
Why?
Star Trek. Like, you're gonna pay for licenses for that?
I didn't know that was even a Star Trek thing. Okay, got it.
Star Trek Next Generation, Borg. I forgot. He's not a geek, guys. Yeah, all right. So, but here's the thing about this, though. If you remove the Venom and you put all, you remove all the icons, you make this not look as ugly. Maybe I'm not as turned off.
Yeah.
Right? Because it has, look at this. It's going with it's on AVAX. So it's okay, cool. You're paired with the host coin. Mm-hmm. Okay. You're pairing with yourself. That's your own coin. All right. I like DAI. Okay. You're pairing yourself to stable coins, and you're pairing both of your tokens to things that are aligned to the blockchain. This isn't like, they have it here, but it's not host symbiote everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not like host symbiote tooth host. Yeah. So it shows me that there's some level of thought going in here. Mm-hmm. But again, how big are their bags? Right? Yeah. How big are they? Because the biggest thing about a seignorage project is it's got a hold peg. Right? So they're all supposed to lose peg, but having been in Tomb for a long time, that you're comfortable when there's a multi-billionaire who's going to be able to put money back in it versus a bunch of paper hands who are going to be like, I'm not making 100% in a day. It's a rug, and they just send it all out because everybody's selling.
Yeah. Well, you make a lot of sense with with I'll be honest, the layout of the website, the first impression. And I'll be flat out honest. I feel, and I've learned that going off of, do they have a good website or not? That cannot be your only check mark of, all right, let's roll the dice. Let's just roll the dice. Because when I first started out, Potter showed me some crazy dApps that I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like bacon and eggs coin and just all sorts of like funky ones that I'm just like, I had zero faith in. Zero faith. But on the flip side, some of the best looking dApps where I'm like, all right, this is a good look. I like the way the flow. There's definitely a psychology to how they laid this out. Those were rugs. And another interesting thing, my brain is really tied to BUSD of being a rug because both of my rugs were BUSD. So
Yeah.
I can't help but have like this natural fear, but I have to remove myself from that. And I mean, I wonder if there's like a percentage of on Binance, what coin is most of the time a rug or a higher percentage rug? Because my point is this: you can't lead by fear. Like I should not, cannot, and won't in the future be like, well, it's BUSD, so it's a rug automatically. You can't go into that with that mentality. You also can't go into it again. Is the website pretty? All right, let's do it. There has to be more behind it. So that makes a lot of sense. Big red flag, yeah.
Yeah, you can't look how freaking ugly Drip is,
it's
and it retired me. I mean, so it doesn't matter how they look. So here was the final one. Okay, so now we're going back to the peg. Okay, so when I came in, naturally it lost peg. What's a peg? See this thing over here called TWAP?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go high level. That's what the peg is. If this was 0.101, that means that it has met peg, and it's going to print out the native token for how many of this token you have staked. Right? Now, on Tomb, when everything was going great, this is a very good thing, right? Because usually this host token is worth, something that you can pair it with. Your greater token is this one, right? But here's the negative. I didn't approve this because I wanted to show you guys I wasn't involved with the contract. But once you approve this and you stake it, 36 hours you're staked.
Okay.
Right? So what happened with this one was these guys were well above peg. They were like 1.4 or something. So people felt really comfortable.
Okay.
But if I'd gotten in when it first started, I would have been comfortable. But the moment they started getting through more epochs, and at the time, it's 15, I forget wow, they do them every 2 hours. You're going to be trapped. You can't pull this out. And so since this is the greater value, if these guys decide to drop and run, the blockchain is going to say, sorry.
Yeah.
According to the blockchain, you agreed to lock this in for 36 hours. So whatever the value is, it's just going to have to say bye-bye to that value. So for me, having us go in on this was like, man, we can go find a miner and throw away our money, right? There's just nothing that makes me warm to this. However, they have done the one thing that I love. Now, they didn't quit and they failed, right? Yep. There's something in it that was exploited, whether that is just personal opinion of, oh my God, I need to leave, or it's something else. I don't know, but they didn't quit and they're still there. So that gives me some level of hope. So those were the rugs.
Okay. Well, I'd be really interested to know, you out there listening, you out there watching, have you had a rug? And screw it, drop it in the comments of what that rug was if you're comfortable with that. I mean, I feel like, is that dangerous to do, Potter? Just to call out? Well, to call out, to drop it in the comments of this was the rug that I was in. Like,
it can be if you're not really positive at rug. Like that's why we didn't put the names of who they were, because we can't guarantee who the rugs were. But
if you get a 404 error page with it, we can assume it's dead. If you want to drop it in the comments, I'd be interested to see what you've been rugged on and your relationship with that rug. Has it screwed you up? Has it gotten you out of DeFi altogether? Are you just like, no more crypto ever again? I want to know, because it's these types of things that these rugs, man, they can screw with you, as well as the bloody market.
Yeah.
Like I want to know.
I didn't recommend a BUSD play to you because I was like,
yeah,
you know, I don't think you can take it.
But I will, moving forward, I will say I have to separate emotion. So it's all good. You just let me know.
Can I share a story?
Yeah.
A colleague, a former work colleague, called me this morning, and it was about a play that he's in, and there's an exchange that was like, "Hey, dude, the stuff you're in is a scam." I think it's a scam too, but it doesn't matter. He was upset because he's like, I'm making money in it. Just tell me if you're not going to take their money anymore. I'll go somewhere else. But he was visibly worked up.
Yeah.
And I say visibly, even though it was a phone call, right? Mm-hmm. But he was worked up, and I was like, dude, let me tell you why you're not winning here. Because you're being emotional.
There it is. Yeah. Right? Blind.
The moment that you put, like, I saw there's an influencer who literally went off on this team, and I don't know if they deserve it, right? I'm not going to get into that. But he was so emotional, right? And it was, I get it,
Yeah.
But if you're emotional, don't go into the play, right? Because you're not going to play right. It's just like when you're gaming in any game, right? Yeah. If you go up against a bad guy and you're tense on your controller, you're not going to fight, So I had to tell him to let it go. It doesn't matter. Look at how much you're getting or not getting and move on.
Yep. And what Potter means there, as far as if you're emotional, she and I both understand that this making money as a whole, whether you want to admit it or not, or whether you got ice in your veins, money, there's emotions tied behind it. What she's saying is, if you have high emotions that are skewing your judgment, if you can't figure out your risk tolerance, that's when you might need to step away. And I think at the end of the day, that's what we're talking about here is, what is your risk tolerance, and do you have a good understanding of what the project is? All of this is risk. Every bit of it is high risk. Holy crap. But, separating that emotion, you have to do it. So those are the rugs. Those are the two things we didn't go into. Again, I want to know, drop it in the comments. What have you been a part of with the rug? Or give me the emotions you had when you had your first rug, because holy hell, it beat me down on my second one, worse than my first one. Like the second one, the first one wasn't even that bad, to be honest, emotionally.
Yeah.
If you're feeling it is. If you're feeling squirrely and you want to slide back here Thursday, Friday, 10 Eastern, we do this every single week. We be talking about this world of DeFi. Potter, you got anything in closing?
Nope. I did a lot of talking.
Nah, you did great. Well, builders, keep building.
Game on.